Are you a small business owner with ADHD? Are you paralyzed at the crippling overwhelm of your to-do list and don't know where to start? I might have a solution. Leave it up to the D&D gods. I want to preface that this is not my original idea. I saw it when I was scrolling TikTok, but I gave it a try this weekend and it worked. I've accomplished more in my to-do list in the last 24 hours than I have in like a week's time because my ADHD gremlin steals my focus. So here's what I do. I came up with a few different variations and I found the one that works for me and I'm going to share. You can roll for initiative if you want, but you don't have to. I roll for initiative, but I don't use a traditional 6-sided die. I use D4, and this is going to tell me how many tasks I do before I take a break. You can categorize your task list with desk work versus chores, or you can put them all on the same list and give yourself a variety. My brain likes variety. If you want to add a couple of fun tasks in there too, so everything isn't work, that's also an option. And the last variation is each task that you roll, you can either finish to completion, which could potentially take an hour or 2 hours, or you set a timer, and when the timer goes off, it's time to stop that task and move on to the next one. I prefer the timer method because my brain needs to move on to the next thing sooner rather than later. Okay, so this was my task list for the weekend. I have 20 items for my D20 die. Technically, I only have 18 tasks here because lucky number 13 is player's choice, so I get to choose which task I want to do next if I roll a 13. And if I roll a 20, we re-roll for initiative, which means I re-roll that D4 and add it to the previous D4, and that's the total number of tasks I do before taking a break. The numbers to the left of the die numbers is what I set my timer to. This is how much time I'm going to allow myself to do the task before moving on to the next one. A lot of the tasks take longer than 25 minutes, but that's about the max focus my brain has before I fade out. So if I don't complete the task in the allotted time, I just don't cross it off my list. But if I got the sweeping done in 10 minutes, we're going to cross sweeping off the list, and now if I roll a 17, I re-roll. But if I don't finish the paranormal characters in 25 minutes, then I leave it on here, and I can always re-roll number 2 and work on it again after taking a short break from it. The highlighted tasks are my priorities. These have to get done before the end of the weekend. So I make sure to set aside enough time, get them done at the end of the day or the end of the weekend, but I'll probably already have a big portion of them done, which means less to do and more digestible. So that's my tip for tackling your task list. I know that this is outside of our normal content, but I thought somebody might find it helpful. Let me know some of your tips and tricks in the comments. Happy sleuthing!